Yo, Miss Q, it's your boy Anthony here for weekly Waspel, week 14, and I am with.
Jayden Kelly again.
And today, as always, we're gonna start off with you, Jayden. What did you get from this weekly gospel?
Okay, so basically, what I got from this was Jesus finds himself, although he is powerful, he finds himself to be not as high as people say he is. Like Pilate, was it? Pilate.
Pontius Pilate. Yeah.
Pilate said, "Are you the king of the Jews?" And Jesus responded like, "I am no king." So I say he is humble, and as he is humble, we should also be humble. That's at least what I got from the gospel. I must say though, it is a constant repeating message, like, oh, be humble, be kind. It's basically with every single other gospel I've seen. So, a few of them, like a very few, are about like other things, like be ready for the second coming. But most of the messages I've seen is like be humble, be kind, which I don't really need it. I don't really need a reminder to be humble and be kind, since I've already been doing that.
That's fair.
It just seems kind of repetitive, you know.
Definitely, majority of the gospels are repetitive.
Yeah. I do want to say though, if he does not find himself to be a king, then why does he expect everyone to listen to him?
Because from Jesus' perspective?
Yeah, because being a king is kind of like
being a ruler.
Is being the one who like says like, oh, you gotta do these things. Mm-hmm. So if Jesus doesn't think of himself as a king, why does he always still, command as a king? He acts like a king, but he doesn't think of himself to be a king.
Yeah, that's fair. There's definitely this, confusion on what Jesus is, especially to the Romans and the high priests, or I'd say, the higher-ups of the Jews. And so there's, a lot of this confusion, just, he's king, he's a commander and all this, but then, there's this confusion on what exactly he is. Is he gonna be, a military king? Is he gonna rule and, force people to do things? What?
Yeah.
Exactly, what is he? So that's definitely, a major thing that I understand from your viewpoint on the confusion of, Jesus is calling us. And I see that in the sense that, of course, there's a difference between, so when Pontius Pilate is just you're the king of the Jews, right? And all this. And then Jesus said, well, I mean, that's what you said I am, so, I don't know what you mean, okay? And so there's, this confusion that we can see from Pontius Pilate, because Pontius Pilate and this whole entire thing, he's really confused on what Jesus is. He doesn't really want to crucify him. In the end, he does, of course. But, there's definitely, this thing of just, what is Jesus trying to do? And so I feel there's definitely, this thing that people during this time didn't realize, that Jesus wasn't trying to command people through force or through any sort of thing, through law, but instead he was trying to command them in the sense of trying to bring them to heaven and salvation, as a redeemer, right?
Yeah, so trying to bring them to a better afterlife.
Mm-hmm. So there's definitely this confusion with Pontius Pilate, because he does not see things in how Jesus did, in the sense that Pontius Pilate saw him as a king of others, while Jesus was just I'm just trying to guide people right now. I'm just trying to bring them to, and from his view, Christianity. Yeah, just I'm not trying to tax you or any, I'm not gonna make you a citizen. I'm just here to bring you to heaven.
Right.
Is what he said.
Which raises another question. So many people are. I'm sure there's not just Jesus who's trying to get people to be better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's not just Jesus in those old times. So why did Jesus become so popular?
That's fair.
I know I'm going a bit off track here, but it just confuses me so much.
No, don't
Because
worry.
like, there's so many other people. I'm sure they're just as like, they're just as kind and all that, but like they're not as popular as Jesus was.
Hmm. That's a
Kind of
sort of.
seems like it's like, set up
Mhm.
to be like to make the story.
I feel like
don't know.
like what you're trying to point out is just like during this time, like out of all the religions, like I know there's like normal Jewish faith, right?
Yeah.
There was I mean Islam wasn't there yet, but it would sprout out of Jesus'
Islamic
teachings.
got there very slowly.
Yeah, slowly. It was a little bit more later. What religions were there? Definitely like paganism, like native religions.
Right.
But I feel like it was because of two things, which was, for example, like pagan religions that were like native to a people's homeland, right? That was specifically set within that group of people, while Christianity, like for example, Jewish faith, the belief of like what is the Israelite faith? I guess just like that's a good question. Jewish
Islamic?
faith. What is Jewish faith?
So
Judaism.
yeah.
Judaism. So Judaism was is a very big religion, but it's specific to just the Jews.
Right.
That they will be like redeemed and all this. Islam.
Who's to say that their religions aren't also true?
Yeah, exactly. You have a very fair point in saying that their religion is also true, but I feel like the major reason why Christianity got like super big and popular was because not only did its leader die, right, which was Jesus. We all know it was true. After that, there's of course like the debate on did Jesus reincarnate and all this stuff, which I believe, and for some other people they might like there's no evidence, So of course it's fair. So I feel like maybe that one, but I feel like the major one is because I don't think out of all the religions that I could like think of, Christianity was one of the early ones that didn't really fit in with a specific race or a specific people compared to like other religions. And then of course later on we'd get like Islam, for example, where it was also just like Christianity in the sense that it wasn't specific to any specific group of people, it was for everybody to be redeemed. But Islam actually started after Christianity around a couple, I think 100 years later, that or so. So I feel like maybe just like that little head start from Christianity, but honestly, I don't know. So,
That's fair.
yeah.
And then trying to think of how to state this.
You can like try say it out loud and then we can like try find it out.
Hold on.
Don't worry.
Let's see. Now I just lost my train of thought. Okay, I don't know what to say anymore.
Okay, don't worry. You feel like, or other than that, is that everything that you have to say?
Yeah,
right now?
yeah, I think so.
Okay, don't worry. Hopefully that Miss Q, you might be able to see like or say why Christianity spread so far and became such a major religion that it is right now. However, of course, I feel like there's multiple factors to it. Maybe that I addressed, or maybe some things I didn't address that maybe you could add in with that so we can learn something new. But I feel like you good now, Jayden?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like we did a pretty good job in reflecting on this gospel. So, bye, Miss Q.
Bye.